This is the one I really
Welcome back,
like.
everyone, to episode.
This is such a good one.
Welcome
Come
back,
on now.
everyone, to episode 118 of the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Tommy Cresta, alongside me, Ryan Ferran, and today we're here to talk about Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. If we sound a little bit weird today, it's because our studio was infested by flies, and
Yeah. I walked in, I made a shocking discovery that there were just like 15 flies just flying around. And I was like, what the hell? We can't do this with all these goddamn flies here. So I opened the door to try and shoo some of them out. And there's just like 10 more in the door, just sitting on the door frame. And I'm like, what the hell? So I left. And now we're here. We're back in the studio. The old school studio.
my mama's basement.
Yes. Yeah, if you just heard the toilet flush. Sorry.
Flush. It's
It's because your plumbing is stupid.
Yep. For anyone who wasn't listening to us back when we were doing them here, every once in a while you hear a dog, you hear my siblings,
Yeah,
you hear a toilet,
it's
sometimes
fine.
the washer. So today's audio is going to be really
Okay.
weird.
Yeah. We're both lounging on a couch right now, so we sound a little more relaxed.
It's nice though.
It's very nice.
Nice.
I'm enjoying myself.
I feel good.
Got my
Got the
feet
Hunger
up.
Games Catching Fire on.
You did put the Hunger Games on.
Get us in the mood.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch these movies because we just saw. I mean, we're reviewing
It's kind of the whole
the
point
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but
Fucking
I gotta
banger.
rewatch the actual Hunger Games movies because I haven't seen them since I was in like grade school.
I'm gonna turn my gain up.
But yeah,
Is this better?
so
Yeah, there we go. Now I'm a little bit louder.
Hunger Games,
Doing
the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Oh, you want to do like an intro? How you doing, Tommy? How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a Monday. It's Thanksgiving week.
It is
I'm off
Thanksgiving
for
week.
school. Still got a lot of assignments to do.
Yeah, I actually don't have that many this week, which I'm very
I think I have
thankful
like 5,
for.
which is really isn't that many.
Well, I just did that podcast project. Remember the one I just recorded? That's what I was recording before. Nice lady, very nice.
Nice lady.
Yeah, she's great.
This one wasn't as bad as the last one time you did a podcast one. Or you did the Beatles one last year.
Beatles one.
You record like a podcast about the Beatles.
Oh no, that was about Orson Welles.
Oh, why
Yeah.
did
I don't know why. I don't know how the hell you got that. That one kind of sucked. That was just alone. But this lady I got to talk to. She was very nice. Anyways,
Stanley Tucci, Caesar.
Stanley Tucci. God, that man's teeth have never been whiter.
Dude, this man was amazing.
Yeah, he's a great one. I think whatever his name in this one was very fun as well.
Yeah, not. He was a worthy successor.
Predecessor.
Yeah, but like he did it after him. So.
I know what you mean. I'm talking about in the universe. Tom.
I'm
I'm getting invested.
Oh
okay.
Well, yeah, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is the newest installment into the Hunger Games franchise, and it was also directed by Francis Lawrence, the same director of second, third, and fourth Hunger Games movies, not the first one. But yeah, right out the gates, I think this movie again showing us that Rachel Zegler is, as much as she might have said some things that we didn't all agree with during the strike, she's still a superstar in the making. That girl can do everything. She can act, she can sing, she can do it all. She was really good in this. Tom Blythe as how do you say it? Coriolanus Snow.
Coriolanus.
He's gonna be big.
He was very good.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know what the hell that was.
A weird plumbing issue. But
I hope that pipe just falls right on your head. It's gonna be like Mario, just sucks you right up.
People are probably like turning this episode like, what am I listening to?
I'm having a great time.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, no, I think this is a really good movie. Overall, I think the things that a lot of critics have been saying, and a lot of people have been saying, is that it's very good. And like Tommy was saying, Rachel Zegler and Tom Blythe, both fantastic. I think Blythe was better than Zegler in this one, just to me. He also was the main character, so he had more to do. But they're both really, really good. Great leads. I think this movie was pretty good as a whole, but like everyone was saying, the end is just way too long, and it just drags for a while, and it's really, really not that good. But the first 2 hours, pretty good. Really enjoyed myself. It's that last 40 minutes that is just Bleh. Meh.
Yeah, like I'm definitely not. I don't think it's as bad as some other people. Again, a lot of people were even saying like if you are a big fan of the franchise, you definitely won't find the negatives as bad, especially
Hmm.
if you're a fan of the books. And yeah, no, I think it's definitely was too long, but I still like seeing like I think this film's biggest issue was his turn from good to bad was too quick.
Yeah,
When I think that's
absolutely.
what the final act should have been,
Hmm.
instead of seeing her. This is gonna be spoilers for anyone who hasn't read the book. Uh, I'm gonna say something, so skip ahead like a minute. Um,
Yeah,
Instead
we
of
gave.
her turning on him, I wish it was more him turning on her
Yeah.
because she's really the one who caused it. Because she
Hmm.
turns on him and tries to kill him, not.
Yeah.
So I wish that was more the storyline that we got in the third act.
Well, she doesn't. I mean, she does turn on him, but she does it kind of off the assumption that he'll turn on her. Like she kind of, it's preempted because remember she's like, I'm the only person that knows that was you,
Yeah, and
and then
she
she just runs
said
away. It's
before
like,
like trust is the most important thing more than love. And
yeah,
that's why right away, as soon as he says before they even get to the cabin, he brings up he's killed 3 people.
including his old self,
Yeah,
and
and
he's
she's
like,
like,
it's okay because I'm cool. But
and she was like, mm-hmm.
yeah, I did like
I thought he was
is
gonna kill her right there for a
really,
second. Like I thought they were gonna change it
Mm,
because I thought he was gonna like, I killed 3 people.
yeah,
She's like, who? And she's like,
that would have been
that would
ridiculous.
have been
That would have
stupid.
been so dumb. Um, yeah, no, I think overall this movie, like I said, was very good. I think the Hunger Games and the lead up to the Hunger Games itself was a big part of that. And I'm not gonna lie, the Hunger Games itself very much of a letdown in the action department. There's no blood in this movie, which I'm not saying you need to be like, this doesn't have to look like a fucking Halloween movie or Friday the 13th movie. I'm just saying the concept of 24, 12 to 18-year-olds getting put into a battle pit with swords and pitchforks and shit. I mean, that's a brutal concept. And you just see them get stabbed and they're like, look at their hands like, oh no. And then they fall over. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, it's not very good, the action itself. But I think the main draw of this movie is seeing the Hunger Games from the outside perspective, from the kids who are the mentors to all the tributes and the Capitol as a whole viewing and it becoming you know, a more popular, almost sporting event in this world. And I think that was the main draw. And I think they did really, really good with that.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
It was it's going back to what you were saying about the fighting.
Hmm.
I saw that's been a lot of people's like big criticism, like, oh, the fighting doesn't match up to the fighting in these movies.
Yeah.
Which I mean, fair enough, it doesn't.
Yeah.
The fight scenes, especially in Catching Fire, are really well done.
Yeah.
Trident scenes are really cool. The actual war sequences in the third and fourth one are really well done.
Fun fact about the Trident. You know the one the guy that gets hit in the chest?
Yeah, it
It's
was.
originally supposed to get hit in the face, but that would have given the movie an R rating, so they had
Oh,
to
when
change it.
Jack Quaid gets hit.
Is it Jack Quaid?
Yeah,
No, that's the first one.
I thought that's the one you're talking about.
No, I mean in Catching Fire when the dude gets the
Oh,
I think it's the
in the
Trident to
start
the
of the
chest.
movie, in the start of the battle,
Yeah.
he's saving. He's
It's supposed to be in the face.
really, but
Yeah.
like that seems still sick hitting him in the
It
chest.
is pretty cool. What's the guy's name again? Fennec?
Do
Finnick? Finnick?
you know whose wife is?
I do.
Annie
Annie
Cresta.
Cresta.
She is my sister. Um, no,
Yeah,
what I wanted to
just
say.
dox your sister.
What? She is not my sister. She's a redhead and like 28.
Uh-huh.
What I wanted to say about the fighting is though, I think it's on purpose that the fighting
Mhm.
doesn't look as cool. And the
Yeah.
reason that for that is we see in all the Hunger Games movies, they train. There's like that 3 weeks of training they have.
Yeah.
There is none of that in this. It is the second day after they get there.
Yep.
And so I think it is a little bit different. So I think that was the point of the fighting.
Mhm.
Now, with that said, I wish it was a little more violent when it did happen.
Yeah.
But I liked now looking back on being like, oh, that was the whole point of them not really knowing what they're doing.
Mhm.
They weren't trained in this. This isn't like, especially when we watch the later Hunger Games, you see that the certain districts, they have like people that they automatically pick to
Mhm.
fight in the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I forget what they're called, but they always volunteer. Like they're trained up to be the best.
Yeah.
Kato's one of them.
Kato?
He's the main, like, the blonde guy,
Oh,
Ludwig.
the main in the first one?
Yeah,
The bad guy?
Kato. That's his name.
Gotcha.
Yeah, from the time he was born, he was trained to win the Hunger Games.
Okay.
So then he just volunteers when. Isn't
Loser.
that crazy?
Couldn't get that
It's the
shit done.
first two. It's District 1, District 2. All 4 of the kids train. to
They
like
train to win.
to
You know
win.
what I always want from the Hunger Games
Mhm.
is you see it, and in this movie too. They have like there's the one big team that's kind of like going around killing everybody. I just want to see one where that team wins, and they just stand in a circle. They're like, "Well, shit, we gotta figure this out now."
It does happen in this one.
It does. That's true.
They're all like a team in the end.
Yeah, but they don't kill each other in this movie. They
No,
work
because
together.
the arena gets blown up.
I know that,
Because
but
Katniss is
I'm
like,
saying
"I'm gonna save you, Peter."
no, yeah, and then
Gets herself
yeah.
blown the
But I'm
fuck
saying
up.
like I want to see one where it's all the bad guys win. Bad guys in quotes. It's just kids who don't want to die, and then they're like, "All right, now we got to kill each other." Shit, sorry guys.
Yeah,
Like I just want to see how that would work. That'd be so. It'd be entertaining to see that. I
it
mean, it'd
would
be
be.
pretty brutal,
I
but
feel like you'd have to make all the people not like each other. Like you'd have to make
yeah,
kind of the characters unlikable.
hmm
Because I feel like if you like all of them,
yeah,
that's just rough.
yeah. Because it's like when your friend. You ever play like any sort of like single player game with your buddy, like whether it's like a Hunger Games or
Minecraft
something like that.
survival or
Yeah,
something,
like you
and
play
it
with your
comes
buddy,
down
you
to you
team
and your
up,
homies.
and you got a 1v1 it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'd be fun.
I let my
Just go.
buddy win when we did a big one at St. Francis. Me
Mm,
and him were. You remember like the swamp trees that were huge,
yeah.
like that you had. It was pretty much like the cornucopia in the Hunger Games. You climb up and that's where all the cool gear would be. Me and my buddy were up there, each on like a long branch,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "It's okay,"
It's
and
okay.
I jumped and I ended it in a little win. And he was like, "No."
Nice.
I was like in seventh grade or whatever when that came
Mm-hmm.
out. But yeah, no, I really liked. I think Tom Blythe really played Coriolanus Snow really well.
Yeah.
I thought his look was really good. I like the capital clothing as much as they're sometimes really goofy looking.
Mm-hmm.
I thought those red like skirt pants things looked really cool.
Yeah. They definitely toned it down a bit in this movie.
Well, I think that's because they just got done the war. And you saw the city
Oh
being
yeah.
rebuilt. Maybe that wasn't like fashion wasn't as big yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. They're still gaining materials and kind of building up the capital still, because if you're not aware, this is the 10th Hunger Games in this movie. So it's very early on. They had just finished that big civil war, which, by the way, make a movie about that because I want to see that. That little opening scene we got with him as a kid,
Yeah,
that was look brutal. I want to see that. But yeah. So it's very on into the Hunger Games. They're still kind of figuring out all of the rules and regulations, and the capital is still not. It's not the capital that we see in the originals. So it is pretty toned down. They're not wearing the kind of like bedazzled, shiny ass clothes.
and there's
Like,
not like animal human hybrid yet.
yeah, there's not a cat lady walking around.
No, she's coming up. I love her in the third one. She's really important in the books more than she is in this. But yeah, it was cool seeing Tigress. You saw, I mean, just from the books, you know who she is. It was nice seeing. I more meant it was nice seeing Hunter Schafer have like a main movie
Hmm.
uh part. Maybe not like a lead, but it
Yeah,
was still cool to see her transfer over to film instead of just Euphoria. Yeah, I thought everyone was really good. I thought Peter Dinklage was good. He definitely wasn't in it as much as I thought he was going to be.
yeah, no.
But
But the
Viola
scenes he
Davis
are,
is
oh yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with any of these young adult movies. Every time you get like an experienced older
so good.
actor or actress, they just chew that shit up, and that's the same thing. Like you said, Dinklage isn't in it as much as I think we all thought he was going to be.
Yeah,
But still, every scene he's in, he's just having fun. And same with Viola Davis. They're just both so much fun to watch anytime they're on screen. Just keeping that tradition going of the older actors and actresses just being like, "Yo, step the fuck back. We got this. All right." Um, what else?
yeah. Because I mean, for the original one, you got Woody Harrelson, Stanley Tucci, Lenny Kravitz, Donald
Mhm.
Sutherland. Like you got like big name people to come out and do this franchise with you.
Yeah,
I mean, Donald Sutherland will forever be remembered as Snow because he gives such a great performance in those movies. And
and
then
you
Woody
talk about
Harrelson,
yeah, Donald Sutherland. You talk about an experienced actor. He was in the original MASH movie. That's how goddamn old that guy
he's an
is.
old
Like
man.
he's got experience. So it's always good getting those people in these movies. It's arguably the best part, to be honest. Just watching them just chew it up.
They are having a
It's just
blast.
so much fun. And Viola Davis got all this makeup on, got crazy hair,
Did
wearing
you
all
hear how
these
long it took
dresses.
to put on?
No,
4 hours.
really?
Yeah.
All
And then
right,
she said it would take like 2 hours getting it off.
yeah. That might be a little too long then, but still, like,
She said she was having a blast
yeah.
though.
Once you get it on, you get in character. It's got to just be like, I don't give a
She had a
shit.
fake nose on.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Oh. Don't volunteer. I hate that scene in Catching Fire when the little girl volunteers. She's like, I want to volunteer and be just like you. No,
You're
no.
gonna die.
you could die. She's like, I
Look at
got
this idiot.
lucky.
Look at this idiot. He's gonna get brainwashed next movie.
No, he gets brainwashed in this one.
Is it in this one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember.
Oh, no, it is technically the third one.
No, because he goes into the Hunger Games and they get him instead of Katniss and them getting him out, right?
But he could still been getting brainwashed already.
Could have been. Look at how sweet he is. They can't even see. We're just talking.
I know.
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Back to it. What
I
else
will
you got?
say, first movie, like going Hunger Games 1,
Mhm.
these two, Rachel Zegler and Tom Blythe, I think had better chemistry. Because right away, I was like, oh, I like these two. Like, they felt nice.
Yeah.
Like, they felt natural.
Yeah, they
Well,
felt
this
pretty good.
one, like, I guess it's not supposed to feel natural because it's fake.
Mhm.
But they're trying to make people believe. I don't know. I really like Tom Blythe and her together.
Yeah.
Now, rest of the franchise doesn't compete at all because their relationship in Catching Fire, I love.
Mhm.
Oh, this poor girl.
Yeah, no, they had really good chemistry, Blythe and Zegler. I will say though, excuse me, I didn't really buy the romance that much.
I did.
I bought the all right, there we go. Shouldn't do anything.
No, it's still going for me.
I bought it towards the end, but that first time, and again, the mild spoilers, but that first time when she's in the cage and tries to kiss him, I was like, where the hell? You've had 3 conversations. Like, where did that come from?
You gotta think of it like this. Imagine you get put in like you're picked in the Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure.
There's this really beautiful girl gets picked as like your mentor.
Mm-hmm. And she gives
And
me a
she's-
vial of rat poison.
And she's the
Thank you so much,
No.
baby.
okay. She gives you something to help you. She's the only one that came and showed up when you got dropped off. She's the only person who's been nice to you. She
Mhm.
brought you food. Like it's probably just like raw emotion. Like you're like someone's nice to me finally.
Yeah, she'd probably give me a glass water bottle and be like, I put it in her fucking neck. Dude, that scene was great.
That was awesome.
I was so happy. So I was like, oh man, this bitch is being an asshole. And then you just hear,
She deserved it. She got what she fucking deserved.
that was great.
Oh, they proposed. Oh my god.
Oh my god, look at him. Yeah, no, I mean, this is definitely a personal thing, obviously, but I just didn't really buy the romance for the entire. After the Hunger Games, when he goes back to District 12, that's fine. Like he went back after her. I totally get it through there. But just everything before that, I never got like a romance, like friendship, budding, sure, just romantic. It never really clicked with me.
Mm.
I don't know.
I
Obviously, it's a it's a teen movie. That's kind of the name of the game.
Yeah,
but
we all
it
love
just
each other.
never felt supernatural to me.
So like I know you had a big issue with the third act.
Mhm.
Much bigger issue than I did with it.
Yeah.
Did you like the scene first off, when he beats that dude's ass, her ex-boyfriend,
Oh, when he's like
Tries
trying
to
to
get
get
on
up on stage, yeah.
he beats the piss out of that guy.
My favorite part of that was when he sees it and he takes like a step forward and just gets clocked like some random dude. He's like, "What the hell?"
And then he finds that guy and beats the
Yeah.
daylight out of him.
No, that was a really good scene. I think
Not the scene I was going to talk to you about though.
Oh, yeah, well, I just say the stuff I did like about that last 40 minutes, like after he goes to District 12, I really like seeing District 12. I like seeing like how they live, what they do for entertainment. Like they're just going to a bar and dancing. Like it helps world building wise, seeing more of District 12. Because in these movies, you kind of just see what Katniss is doing in District 12. You don't see the town as a whole. Where in this movie, you see like, obviously the main characters, what they're doing in District 12, but a lot of the townsfolk going with them. So I like that part of it. I really liked seeing more of District 12. And I hope we get to see more of the other districts if they do any future movies. Yeah, what were you going to talk about?
So I was more going to talk about. Remember when? I mean, it's a pretty big scene when he breaks up the meeting with all the guns.
Yeah.
So first off, I felt so bad for Lucy when he walks away during the song that she wrote for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was like, damn. But then I did not think he was going to shoot that girl.
No, I was like,
Dude, he picked up, and I mean the noise it made, like the gun had like a perfect sound to it.
Yeah.
Which sounds really weird to people listening to me talk about it. He dropped that girl. And then the other dude gets shot with a shotgun from a foot away.
Dude, that dude gets blasted. Like he flies into the wall. Again, there's no blood, which is kind of like I'm not saying I need to see
Yeah, but
blood.
it sometimes makes
When he
sense to
gets
go a little bit.
shot from like 2 feet away with a
Push
shotgun,
against the
like
wall at
yeah, a
least,
little bit. Um, yeah, that was a good scene.
especially when he's trying to like explain it. He's like, "It's okay, it's okay."
He's like, "It's okay, get the fuck out of here." Pretend like nothing happened. She's like,
It
"Okay."
was nice scene 12 though. I do agree with what you were saying.
Yeah,
I like the when they showed the train pulling up. I actually had like a huge like cheek to cheek smile. Like I
really.
don't know why the train just like maybe remember watching for the first time.
Hmm.
And I mean, the Hunger Games. I mean, everyone has like I feel like everyone has that like franchise or thing that like has like a big like impact on like memories and stuff.
Yeah,
Like you remember what was going on. That's me with the Hunger Games.
really.
Yeah, I told you this before. I read the entire book series in a week.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It's impressive.
Yeah, I'm still.
It's probably like 10 days actually, but in my head it's a week.
Yeah, I'm still at almost a year for the first Game of Thrones book. So
It's definitely not Game of
very
Thrones for you.
different. Now,
But yeah, no, I think these movies, as much as like people can have their things to say about the last two, the third one and fourth one, the Mockingjay movies, I still think they're very good movies. I think they definitely shouldn't have been split up, but I think they're both low 70s.
Yeah.
But again, going from this, which is an Oscar nominated movie, Catching Fire, which is like a 90 something,
Yeah,
and then dropping to that is like a huge
yeah,
disappointment. But
major.
just off of memory, I just want to ask you this. We'll get to our scores in a second. I just want to know, where does Ballad of Songbirds and Snake, off of memory, list in your Hunger Games like rankings?
I mean, it's probably dead center. It probably goes
Very
like Catching Fire, the first one, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and then I mean the last two just blend together for me
hmm,
because I haven't seen them in a while, and I watched them back to back when I did watch them. So I don't know, but I feel like those would be. I feel like it would be above the Mockingjay
hmm,
Part One and Two.
not bad.
Yeah.
Not against it.
How about you?
Uh, okay, this is a hot take. So I think Catching Fire is leaps and bounds the best thing.
Yeah.
It's the best production, best setting, chemistry, writing, everything's the best. Then I think it's Ballad.
Okay.
I really like Ballad. I genuinely was very happy because I think it's a franchise that you definitely could have done so much with.
Hmm.
Kind of let it just die for a little bit,
Yeah.
which I was very against. But look, there's more blood in him drinking that glass than there is in the entire movie about songbirds and snakes.
Why is there blood in the glass?
He's coughing. He's like dying. He's poisoned.
Is he?
Hmm. Yeah,
In
he's like
three
dying.
movies?
3 movies. I mean, it's not that long.
Yeah.
It's I think it's like 6. No, it's probably over a year. I think there's a
Oh,
jump,
okay.
time jump. But yeah, I think it's Catching Fire, Ballad of Songbirds,
And snakes.
and Snakes. Then I think it's the fourth one, Mockingjay Part 2. Then Hunger Games 1. Then Mockingjay Part 2. Mockingjay Part 1.
Hmm.
But to me, they're all very good. They all have like their qualities. And nothing made me more sad besides the TASM 2 scene. I remember being in the theater with all my friends for the Part 1.
Hmm.
And I had already read the book, so I knew where it was going. You know when you see him first like tied up,
Yeah.
he's like going crazy, and they attacks Katniss. I started bawling my eyes out.
Really?
I was so sad, and I got made fun of for like a month by my classmates.
Yeah.
That was eighth summer between eighth and ninth grade for me. I think.
Okay.
I think it's in that range.
Probably.
Yeah, because I saw Part 2 with my high school friends. Saw Catching Fire with my grade school friends. So I think it's right in between.
Gotcha.
But yeah. Now moving on from that. So we're pretty close in rating. You had it at 3. I had it at 2. I don't
Mhm.
think it's a huge drop off.
No.
What's your score for this movie?
I think I'll go like 81. Sounds pretty right. And it was higher until that last part. Like I'm telling you, that first like 2 hours, I was really genuinely enjoying myself. It's just that last 40 minutes. It's not bad, but it just drags it down a lot for me. How about you?
It's at 81, right?
Yeah.
I already forgot while I was typing.
Hmm.
I think I'm definitely with Google on this one. I didn't even get to talk about their reviews yet. We'll
Yeah.
get to that in a second. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably like a really high 80, maybe even a 90 flat until probably that final 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it definitely loses some steam. Because I mean, it was probably up there as like one of my top 10 movies. Like for those first 2 hours, I was
Yeah,
really enjoying myself.
yeah, I was too.
And I think it's still probably made that grouping. I think it just might have fallen.
Hmm.
I still think it's probably like an 80. I'll say 85. I don't want to give it too high of an 80, so I'm gonna go right in the middle.
Yeah,
I think I'll give it 85. So
that's fair.
we're pretty much keeping our thing of being within like four of each other.
Yeah,
We've definitely more recently gotten a little bit further apart as like going through other movies we've watched.
yeah, we're drifting.
We're drifting. The pods love it. The fans love it.
The fans,
The colonels. I'm
the fan.
gonna keep calling.
Yeah,
My mom loves
yeah,
it.
mom loves it.
My mom doesn't even listen. She listens to the Kelsey's podcast more than my own.
Oh yeah, way more. Yeah. Um, Here's one thing. This is probably a bit of a hot take, and it's a take that I mean, it's not a hot take. It's not even that important. But I think the snakes just being colorful snakes could have been a little bit more creative because we see. I mean, they're pretty scary because there's a lot of them and they move really fast. They're pretty freaky snakes and they look really really cool. But when you first get to, I don't remember the name of the character, Viola Davis's, office
Mhm.
lab, whatever you want to call it, you see all these different freaky ass creatures. You're like, how the hell did you even make those? And then the big final creature is just a bucket of snakes.
It's Dr. Gall.
Dr. Gall. Okay. Yeah. I think the snakes looked really cool and, the name of the movie has snakes in it. But I think you could have been a little bit more creative with how the snakes looked, like what they, because at the end of the day, they're just regular snakes. Thought it was a little disappointing to me. It's not a big deal, but, it's something.
No, I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the snakes because I feel like the Hunger Games are always like, oh, what's gonna be like the thing?
Hmm.
Because like, of course, it's the dogs, the hellhounds, or whatever you want to call them in the
Yeah.
first one.
Aren't they
Which
just zombies in the book, more or
no,
less?
they're still animals, but they look.
Isn't it like they use the corpses of the tributes though, don't
It's
they?
their faces,
Okay.
but they don't really lean into that in the movies. They kind of just make
Yeah,
them
they
dogs,
kind of just make them dogs.
which isn't bad. I don't have anything against that.
Hmm.
Then there's the monkeys in the second one,
Yeah.
which are terrifying. Dude, I remember getting jump scared because there's that scene where she turns and it freaks out,
Hmm.
and I just remember being in the theater, I was like,
Dude, I got jump scared in this movie. The fucking when they're touring the thing and you
that get you.
that got me. I had no idea.
Hey, look, it's him. That guy's
Yeah.
another famous actor.
You probably knew there was like an attack coming. I had
I
no
did.
idea,
I
and
knew
I was
exactly
like,
what was going to happen.
yeah, I
Most of
thought,
the movie I knew. I was just wondering if they were going to, because I mean, there's big changes in the movies that they decide on.
yeah, no, I had no idea. I thought they were just doing a regular stadium tour, and all of a sudden it just
I like
scared
that
the
she
shit out of
stayed
me.
and helped him,
Yeah.
and that's what made him fall in love with her.
Hmm.
So, like she
Yeah.
cared for him.
But again, like that, I like that because that's not love as much as it is just like this guy was nice to me, I'll be nice back. You know what I mean? Like that's friendship more than love.
Love is friendship, and friendship is
It's a
love.
little bit more than friendship.
But don't you want your
we
wife?
we have never kissed. All right?
Don't you want your wife to be like one of your best friends?
Yeah, but I don't want one of my best friends to be my wife.
That is
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, this scene's so fucked up that we're watching right now. Dude, I will say the peacekeeper uniforms are dope in this movie. They're just like
oh yeah,
cool stormtroopers.
I really love. Like you had mentioned this earlier, but I think after watching this movie, I am way more interested in the world of the Hunger Games. Like the way Pan Am works in general. I want to learn more about the different districts. Like, you can look up what they do, but
Mhm.
seeing each of them sounds pretty cool. I want to see that goddamn Civil War, dude. I mean, that look if they
Yeah,
got to the Capitol and had the Capitol that messed up that everybody was starving, that dude was cutting the other guy's leg off. Like, I want to see that shit. That would be a great little series if you
dude, the
want to do.
Civil War is crazy in the
Is
Hunger
there a
Games.
book on it?
They
Uh,
talk about it.
yeah,
Well, because there's 13 districts at the time of that.
yeah.
Then they
District
get
13 gets
nuked.
fucking blasted. Or so you think.
No, the actual world got blasted. They just went underground.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm way more interested in the world of the Hunger Games now. I
No,
think
that's
it
why I
was,
think this movie does such a good job.
yeah, they
'Cause
really helped flesh it out.
Yeah, they flesh out the world more.
Yeah.
Because this one, you're really just following Katniss.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. I mean,
Mhm.
this movie made Jennifer Lawrence's career.
But now you have a series that it's been
Mm.
enough time that the kids who grew up, not kids particularly, but like the young adults, the young teens who grew up watching it have grown up to, like our age now, and they can just go buy their own tickets or get their own streaming platform. Yeah, Gail got fucked up.
Yeah, I forgot about him getting whipped for
Um,
the.
um,
And
I
then he
think,
punched her.
yeah, I think you have so much opportunity to make a new movie every once in a while, or maybe like a new series of movies, a new TV show. I don't want you to go overboard with it and have a new Hunger Games thing every year, but
Once in a while,
every once
drop
in a while,
something.
it's a nice little setting to revisit every once in a while. So I hope this isn't the last Hunger Games project that they do. I doubt that it will be because this is doing pretty well, isn't it?
It debuted at #1. It was the
Yeah,
biggest opening besides the Catching Fire.
yeah. People like this. People are going to continue to like this.
So, speaking about this movie again, going back into Catching Fire. So, remember how bad Woody Harrelson's wig is in Venom?
I've still
Oh,
haven't
you
seen it.
haven't seen it. Well, it's horrible.
Yeah,
It's bad.
I remember the post credit scene.
This one is so good. I love his hair in this.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's the
nice.
push. I wouldn't mind seeing him win the Hunger Games.
Yo, did you know the hair in Loki's wigs? Tom Hiddleston's. I was so disappointed.
You thought he
How
grew
many
his hair?
goddamn hair flips have I seen? Not even real. I was livid.
I wanted to shout out one of the actresses. Let me get to the
Go for it.
cast.
Oh, also, I think as far as the Hunger Games go, I think they overdid it a little bit with the tributes that, you know, make you feel bad. Like you feel bad for the tributes, but they go for this like
I don't have
they
the
have a
one
kid with
girl.
one arm and it's like, "Oh, how's he going to fight? Doesn't matter, he's a tribute."
Yeah,
They
why did they
have
do that in this one?
they have a girl with tuberculosis and she can't breathe, she's coughing the whole time, and they have a girl with Down syndrome in this. And I get the point is like,
They
it doesn't
don't.
matter who they are, they can be tributes and that sucks. I think you went a little bit overboard. Like, we didn't need all of that. You know what I mean?
That
Maybe
was
just one. I mean,
heartbreaking.
it was horrible watching that little girl. Well, are we done? Can we go home? Oh man, it was so sad, man. Every time she would come on screen, the entire theater was just like, "Oh man," I was so mad. Oh man, I think they just went a little bit overboard with that. Like,
They really were trying to make you feel bad. I
yeah,
mean, you feel bad, like you naturally
absolutely,
feel bad for it anyway. The Hunger
yeah.
Games is a horribly fucked up event.
Yeah, even the big dude, Reaper or whatever. We were just talking about this Reaper or
Mhm.
Reaver, whatever. That's the biggest, baddest, scariest dude in the Hunger Games, and by the end, you feel bad for him because he doesn't want to fucking be there. He didn't want to hurt anybody. He was a nice guy. But yeah, I don't know.
Not gonna lie, Finnick is the biggest, is the biggest badass out of all of them.
Finnick's pretty cool. Yeah,
Oh, who's the
what's his name?
damn? Who's the
Clayton, Tom Clayton, something like that.
Sam Clayton?
Sam
Oh my
Clayton.
god, who's the guy from the first one? Ruse District.
Um,
He's a badass.
big dude.
Yeah,
I know who you're
big
talking
guy.
about. I don't know his name.
I gotta find it.
I kind of forgot about Rue. Wasn't it? Is it Jack Quaid that gets her?
Yeah, and he was laid told when they were filming it, they're like, people are gonna spit in your coffee, like
Yeah,
when this comes out. And he said like people were like mean to him.
yeah.
And he was like, it's not
That's so
me.
dumb when you hear about that. Actors getting shit for playing character. You're like, dude, it's not me, man.
Like I get if you like were playing like a racist or something like that,
Yeah.
which leaves a little bit of a sour taste in
Well,
people's mouth.
still, I mean, I don't. You still
Thresh.
shouldn't do it.
That was his name.
Thresh.
Thresh.
Yeah.
Thresh was so cool. What else is he being in?
Like it's still
Oh, he's in
anytime.
Terminator Genesis, actually.
Great movie.
He's in Hypnotic.
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
That's the Ben Affleck movie.
No, I know. I was talking about Terminator
Neither have
Genesis
I.
because I said it was a great movie, and it's definitely not.
I don't hate that movie. That movie gets too much hate.
Is that the one with John Clark?
I don't like that. I don't mind that one.
I've heard it's bad.
Fresh. The Sebastian Stan, Daisy Edgar Jones horror movie.
Oh yeah.
He's in that.
Mhm.
That was a good movie. Yeah, but yeah, The Hunger Games is crazy. Like all five of them, I know some people have their issues with, but I think everyone critically is a passing movie. Like they've never had like a movie that's a bomb.
Mhm.
Which is if you make 5 movies in a franchise, that's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Because
It
like
was impressive.
even Harry Potter, like there's still the ones that are not loved, but like I think they're all still
Yeah.
pretty good movies. And Star Wars, the fact that they've still done, was it now 12 movies? 11?
Um,
Solo. Rogue One. I'm trying to think of, like,
I guess
side
11.
stories.
Yeah, it's just Solo and Rogue One, right?
Yeah, so
Or am I
11.
missing one? Well, Clone Wars movie, but
We don't
fuck
talk about
that.
that. Talking live action movies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still pretty great. It's probably 9 of 11 are
Hmm.
good movies.
Yeah.
So like the Hunger Games kind of getting if they make, let's just say, one or two more solid movies, they
Mhm.
put themselves in that category of being
Yeah.
like franchises that kept the steam, like kept good, popping out good movies. Because like,
Kept audiences interested.
yeah, because I mean this one has a 98 audience score, I think
Is that
90,
high?
91. It's in
Man,
like the 90s. That's
that's
I want
crazy.
to make sure I don't want to say the wrong number now.
And to go back to the world building for a sec, I like that we see that snow is kind of the reason for a lot of the minute details of the Hunger Games. Like your tribute can get like this is the first time that they have mentors, the tributes. This is the first time that you can give them donations and they can get like supply drops, even though it doesn't really fucking work because they don't, they didn't think it through. But I also like that the drones
I
don't work.
like that the drones didn't work.
Yeah, and I think it's cool because not only is it kind of funny in a sad way, it also gives more to the world building because like this civilization is futuristic where they have the technology to make those drones and stuff, but at this point they don't quite have the resources to nail it. So like they can make this stuff and we see in the future like they have fucking jets and shit that look awesome, but like at this moment they just don't have all the resources due to the war and due to the
I mean, they're rebuilding the entire country,
yeah,
the
they just
entire
don't have the
world.
shit to work on.
Did you see that they pretty much showed a map of the U.S.?
Yeah, I noticed. I was
I
like, that
swear
is just
we
North
it
America.
was fuck. District 12 was like right below us.
Yeah.
I can't remember what district. I think it was 3 was Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out like
Yeah.
where we would
Because
be.
like right before that, I was trying to think like, is Pan Am supposed to be North America? I don't
I don't
remember.
remember either.
I don't
I
know.
just remember there's another book series. It's kind of like a recommendation for everyone. It was after I finished the Hunger Games. I think
Hmm.
it's Mary Lou wrote it. It's called Legend. I read the first book. It's pretty similar to this, the Hunger Games, but it's
It's
not
not
like
the Will Smith, is it?
hmm?
Not the I Am Legend, right?
No, no.
Just
It's
make
like a
sure.
teen love story.
Oh, okay.
It was really good. And I love the book, and I never read the rest of them. I
Hmm.
suppose it's really good, and they sold the rights to Lionsgate after
Okay.
the success of these, and they just never made it.
Yeah.
But I want to always read the next books.
Well, how many young adult novels have been made
And
to
how
not
many were not
nearly the success
like?
of Hunger
I
Games?
feel like Hunger Games just was like again like kind of like what we say about the MCU and a lot of other franchise. It's got like that lightning in a bottle
Yeah.
where
They
everything just falls perfectly.
call fire.
It did, yeah, call fire. It was catching fire.
Yeah. Because what else? There's Maze Runner, which
Divergent.
yeah, Maze Runner. The first one's good.
The rest of them are
Divergent.
not good.
I don't know. I didn't watch any of those. There's that one with Saoirse Ronan. I don't even remember.
Fifth Element. That was
Yeah,
supposed to be a franchise.
I
The
don't
Fifth
even know.
Wave. That was another
Oh,
one.
was that the Chloe Grace Moretz one?
Yeah.
I remember seeing
That-
trailers and like this looks fucking stupid.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of other
But
ones
I
like
think
that.
I think one of the reasons is that this one Hunger Games works so well as a franchise because they took their time so much where you get the first movie is just the games itself. You get thrown into this and you see the one big thing that this world is kind of centered around, which is the Hunger Games. You see it happen and you're like, I like these characters, I like this world, this is kind of neat. And then in the subsequent movies, they build up on that. And I think I haven't seen the Divergent ones. Those are the other. That's like
The
the
trash.
other big one. It seems like they jumped into that wider world way too fast. And I think that's why I and a lot of people like the first Maze Runner. It's just a bunch of kids in a maze running around. Like it's a fun movie. It's like the first Hunger Games. Like it's just the maze itself. And then they immediately go into a much bigger world and there's fucking zombies everywhere. You're like, what
There's
the hell?
zombies in
What
the
did this
Maze
turn
Runner
into?
franchise?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
never watched
weird.
them.
I watched the second one, then I heard the third one was terrible,
I
so
didn't even watch the
I
first
didn't
one.
even bother. First one's good.
I heard that.
You would like the first one. Um, but I think the Hunger Games did such a good job of keeping it so defined until everybody was fully on board, and then going, okay, revolution time. And obviously, the third and fourth ones aren't great, but they did their job of keeping audiences invested without being overwhelmed. And I think that's a really, really important thing in growing, starting, and building a franchise. So they've kind of done that. They've set the groundwork. People are invested in this. They can just keep making them at
Yeah.
this, which
And I think you also like, of course, luck falls in all these kind of categories.
absolutely.
And the fact that I mean, Josh Hutcherson was a known actor.
Mhm.
He's probably that that very small few that were kid actors that have still made a name for themselves as adult actors.
Yeah.
And they still have done good work as adult actors.
Hmm.
Also, if you've never seen him audition for the Amazing Spider-Man, I highly recommend him watch uh
Did he?
his tape. It's very good.
Mm.
He actually looks
Was it?
pretty good to it with like the
Does
glasses and look. I'm like,
he?
makes sense.
Did he put on glasses for Peter Parker?
Yeah.
Oh,
And they
that's
takes
funny.
them off for a fight scene.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was between. I think they ended up saying it was between him, Charlie Cox, and Andrew Garfield, like the finalists.
Charlie Cox would have been weird. I feel like, don't get me wrong, Andrew Garfield is, what's he, 40 now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
I think he's older than.
isn't Charlie Cox older?
Is Charlie Cox older than Andrew Garfield?
Maybe he might not be older, but I feel like Charlie Cox looks older than Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he
Like
does.
he
Andrew
was,
Garfield's got a baby face.
yeah.
I could see Josh Hutcherson.
Josh Hutcherson would have been a fun Spider-Man.
He's got the look. I feel like he's
Yeah.
got the acting.
A little bit of a shorter guy
Yeah.
too. Like, you know.
Yeah, very short.
Yeah.
Yo, Katniss really. I forgot how much she'd be kissing Gale in this movie. Man.
I mean, it's Thor's brother, dude. You blame her?
Yeah, because Peter's better looking. They got the P90s.
Dude, P90s. No.
I just remember this when I was reading it, and I was like, "Oh my god, they have to go back into the Hunger Games. This is trash." And then, of course, for those who know what I'm talking about and have watched all the Hunger Games, there's that scene where she's pretty much begging Hamish to volunteer if Peter gets picked. And he's
Mhm.
like, "Peter was here 45 minutes ago asking for the same thing for him to volunteer for me." And I was just like, "Oh God, don't pick Peter."
Yeah. So did they get extra grain for doing this? Because I remember that was the big thing of like if you put your name in multiple times, you get more grain.
You got like more food and stuff.
Yeah. I remember that from the book. I did read the first book in 5th grade for a book
It
report.
doesn't matter. There's only one name in this one.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Just catch.
She's got
Yo,
it.
I also forgot Elizabeth Banks is so good in this movie.
She is good.
I love that woman in this movie.
Mhm.
Katniss Everdeen.
Did you ever hear how Haymitch won his Hunger Games?
Didn't he starve them out? Oh no, he threw the thing off the ledge, didn't he?
No. So it was him and a girl, and he walked down to a ledge right next to the force field or whatever, and she had an axe.
Oh, she throws
She
it.
threw it, he ducked it, bounced back, hit her in the face, and he was like,
Yeah,
let's
I
go!
didn't know that. It's in the book. It's one of the chapters, I'm pretty sure.
Is it a full chapter?
Yeah.
So I just heard it.
I,
I'm
I
like,
think it's him sitting at a table telling her.
oh, okay.
So it's not like it's not like putting the scene. It's
Yeah.
just him telling her about. I do remember that.
I just
wanna
heard
see-
about it.
I want to see him win. I
You
feel
wanna
like
see that?
I would like to see his story.
That'd be pretty cool.
Because I think.
Because
Oh,
what was his, the
no.
50th Hunger Games?
Oh,
What's that? What's happening?
it's
I
when
missed it.
Hamish's name got pulled, so Peter volunteers. There goes my dogs. Instead, the
there you go.
opposite, which if Peter got nominated and he volunteers, there's nothing Peter can do.
Yeah.
She was praying that Peter wouldn't get picked. Damn, these movies are so goddamn good.
Well, do you think he knows about it? Does Peter know
Peter, know what?
that they're planning? Because they're planning the revolution during all of this. Still, Haymitch is in on it.
She's
He
not
knows
in
what's
on it
going
yet.
I know she isn't. She's
No,
not
I
in
don't-
it
I
until
don't
the very
think
end. You think
Peter
Peter's
knows.
in it?
I think Peter slowly figures it out as the story goes on more.
Yeah.
But then I think he's the last one to know.
Okay. Because I know Haymitch is in on it at this point.
Yeah, they're all.
They're all.
Well, yeah, because you see the girl with the bracelet that Hamish
Is that-
gave her,
Okay.
that Hamish wore, and it was supposed to mean like good luck and stuff.
I gotcha. She gets killed, right? Was it Primrose? Yeah.
By Gale.
Oh yeah, Mr. War Crimes.
So we're kind of that scene when I was watching.
This one they drop it in and just.
It's not a bomb. They look
I
like
know
the
it's like
gas.
supply
And
drops.
people are and the first kid that grabs it is like an 8-year-old, and it blows up, and you're watching it in like slow motion, and everyone in the theater was like, "Oh yay!" Who hadn't
Yeah.
read the book, and I was like,
It's not funny, but it's just the fact that it's like. It's just like the handsome guy of the love triangle. He's just committing so many war crimes. Like,
"What do you mean, Peter's handsome?"
no, I'm saying, but Peter's the one, like the good one.
Yeah,
Everyone
Gale's
wants-
just like hot.
Gale's like the hot bad
Bad
boy.
boy.
Yeah, of course.
I like how we were just in agreement.
Yeah. No, I know the rules. Suzanne Collins knew what she was doing.
Yes, she did. Peter's
Um,
just a good guy.
Yeah. All right. What else? What else? The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Gale gets married.
Does he get married?
He marries a girl from District 2.
Who the hell would do that?
I don't know. He doesn't get charged. It was war.
Crimes.
Yeah, it was bad what he did, but I don't know. They don't say anything.
When does he get married? Is that in the books?
It's in the epilogue.
Okay.
Katniss talks about it. She's like, don't get me wrong. She's like, I was still a little bit jealous. Me and Peter were still not together fully. Like she talks about it. It's actually
Hmm.
pretty funny. Epilogue in that book is so good. That's the last book.
I gotcha.
I also, one last thing before we get back into the review, everyone. Just so everyone knows, like the servers in the background of the shot.
Yeah, they look creepy as hell.
Yeah, they don't have tongues.
No?
Cut their tongues out.
Well, so does
They're
Foggy in
criminals.
the next one.
Yeah, they're criminal. They like stole and
They
stuff.
got a name for it though. I
Yeah,
forget.
they're
They have
not
a name.
eunuchs. They're pretty much the
No.
same, like their version of it though.
Yeah.
Cut their
I
tongues
mean,
out.
there's probably a name for it in real life too. I just
Foggy's
don't know.
really good in that.
He is good. I just remember the one scene where he's like he like knows the creatures are coming. He's trying to like warn them. He's like, like, what the hell is this guy trying to say? What's this dude yapping about?
Dude, those things are frightening in the
Yeah.
mock.
Does
Those
he
like,
get Finnick?
yeah,
Yeah,
that fight scene's awesome.
that is cool.
Him and Katniss just like back to back taking them out,
Hmm.
and Peter's just like,
Yeah, Peter's just freaking out. There he is.
Alan,
There's Reacher.
yeah, Alan Richardson. Forgot he's in this.
Richardson. Richardson. Rich.
Richardson.
Yeah, something like that.
There's a guy who gets would have been hit in the face.
Where's the one lady that's just like naked the entire time in this movie?
She's not naked the entire time. She's naked in one
She's like
scene.
half the time
It's one scene.
of the two scenes she's in.
No, it's the main. It's the girl with the
Oh,
axe.
it's Batman's.
Yeah, it's
friend.
Jeffrey Wright.
I just forget he's in this. How the hell did he win?
He electrocuted everything.
Hmm.
He's like a genius.
I got you.
Yeah, so
She's-
everyone who's watching it, there's
The
Finnick,
boy.
youngest ever, 14.
Extremely humble. All right.
I'm kidding, he's a peacock. Yeah, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I think like if we're gonna say like what I think made this movie so like the best, like what its highs was the performances. Oh, there's Annie Cresta. And I think it's the performances which really pull you in. And I think seeing the Hunger Games from the Capitol's perspective.
Yes.
Like I think that's what made this one so much like made it so good. I'm trying to think of how to explain this. You know, like how a lot of times when a prequel or a sequel comes out, it feels too similar.
Mhm.
This was similar enough, but made it its own story.
Yeah.
Like it was nice to see it from a different side of everything.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I think having it from the Capitol's perspective really did a good job of making Snow feel like the good guy in this movie. But I also think that's at a detriment because like we said, our main complaint is that the turn from good to bad was way too quick, just very underdeveloped. I think they made the other tributes in the Hunger Games too evil. Especially like the team, what was her name? Like Coral or something like
Yeah,
that.
she was a bitch.
She was way too evil. Like it's to the point where you're no like obviously you're rooting for Lucy Gray and Snow to win and survive. But it gets to the point where you're like you don't feel bad for the districts in the Hunger Games itself. You know what I mean?
I think you feel bad for the dicks. You don't feel bad for the opponents.
Yeah.
That's like
I
all
don't
the
know, like-
games, though. Everyone
no,
always has the ones that you don't
Definitely. Yeah. I
like.
don't know.
Because you have to make a villain.
Yeah, you do.
Because then you just feel bad.
Yeah. I think they don't have the Capitol seem evil enough.
Well, because the Capitol's not evil to them, technically.
Yeah.
Like, we're learning about that. And you can see that they're not all evil because
Mhm.
Lucy Gray only won because the people of the Capitol were begging for her to be let out.
Yeah.
So I think you see that the Hunger Games, people understand that they're bad.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's probably making the Capitol so much money.
Yeah.
Again, pretty much showing money talks. That's in the Hunger Games. That's in every world. That's our world.
Yeah.
And it's so sad when Peter Dinklage explains how it all came out.
It is set, dude. That's another one I want to see. Make him where like you get Snow's like
His
Snow
dad.
Senior, and see them like
Create it.
make something showing the Civil War itself, the action, and then towards the end of that have like the more political side of it, them ending it, them starting the Hunger Games, and Peter Dinklage being like, I would love to see Peter Dinklage doing his best to sneakily get the Hunger Games canceled because that's his big reveal at the end of this movie is that he started the Hunger Games,
As
but
a
he has
joke.
always felt bad about them, and he takes morphine to try and forget. Nothing ever works, and then right after that, he just gets poisoned,
Good.
which I saw a million miles away.
So did I.
But it was still pretty cool.
We don't even know if he got poisoned. He might just OD'd.
No, he definitely got poisoned because he pulls him out of the Sir Janus's desk. He's like, "I'm going to use these later." That is one thing in this movie. They're good at foreshadowing of being like setting something up and then 2 or 3 scenes later it comes into it. But they do it like 10 times to the
It was a
point where
lot,
if you see something, you know, like, okay, this
like
is coming
the
back.
hanging tree, the bird,
The bird.
the bird twice actually,
Yeah.
because you saw him the first time and he's like, and
Mhm.
then he actually uses one. They foreshadow that she'll eventually find it.
Yep. There's the morphine, the rat
Morphine,
poison,
rat poison.
um, the bat bite. Like, they're good at doing it, but it
Yo,
happens so
I
much.
forgot about the guy with the. That was sad
That was sad.
because she did not want him to die.
No.
And
But, you know, it's too late. He's got rabies.
yeah,
He's not coming back.
he got rabies.
100% mortality rate. You can't get cured from rabies.
It's-
You can take shots, but you're never going to be cured.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
100%.
100% mortality rate. Look it up right now. You die. If Michael Scott taught me one thing, Tommy, 100% mortality rate. Look up rabies mortality rate. Ladies and gentlemen, he's looking up rabies mortality rate.
I forgot the.
Look it up on Bing instead of Google.
No,
That's a
I
better
literally looked
result.
up what is the mortality rate. I forgot to say of rabies.
Of life, 100%. Everybody.
Okay, rabies is a virus that attacks the central nervous system. It's only found in mammals. Human cases of the virus are extremely rare in the United States, but if it's not treated before symptoms appear, it's deadly. Rabies has the highest mortality rate of any disease on Earth. It is 99.9%.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, right.
No, it
Yeah,
is.
right. No, that's just from people dying of old age before the rabies gets to them, okay? That's it.
This is the girl that goes naked.
Oh, here we go. It's my favorite scene.
Jennifer Lawrence actually isn't even in the scene. That's not actually her in the background.
Really?
It's
Just a wax figure?
no, they like cut around it.
Oh, they just keyed her in.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I always remember this because I watched this in like 7th grade and I was like, excuse me?
Unzip.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell is this lady doing?
I love watching Haymitch in the scene.
Hamish is the man. Just drunk. What district is she from?
4.
4. That one's not bad. What is it? Like 1 and 2 were like more or less almost the capital.
Yeah.
And then like
Progressive
3,
gets
4, and
worse.
5 are like fine. And then 6 through 10, pretty rough. 11 and 12 are like, ah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is rough. Remember, guys, today's about making allies.
Ew.
That guy's ODing. I mean, he's going.
Oh,
to
I forgot half of them are like drug addicts in this one.
So from not everyone by
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right. Do you have anything else?
no, I just want everyone to know the Ballad of Songbirds Snakes was really good. I think if you're not a huge fan of the franchise, you'll still like the movie because I still
Yeah.
think it's enjoyable.
It was.
You might actually like it more if you haven't seen the franchise because you don't know anything.
Oh, also the music's really good.
Music is really
Rachel Zegler can sing, and she sings a lot in this, and it's pretty good.
good. And it makes sense why she sings. It's not just in
Yeah.
the movie.
And all the songs, like the lyrics, are they
They're
actually have
important.
stuff to do with what's going on in the movie. They kind of come back later. It's good.
But yeah, everyone go check out this movie. If you are a fan of the franchise, yeah, I think you'll really enjoy it. And yeah, I just recommend everyone go check it out.
Lady's like a shark.
Do you have anything you want to add before we get into recommendation of the week?
It's my favorite recommendation of the week. Is my favorite part of the show.
You know what's funny? Like I know you're being sarcastic, but it is my favorite part of our show.
It's pretty fun. I just don't have a recommendation.
I
Yeah, I do.
recommend Hunger Games Catching Fire.
You're a coward.
It's on Prime, and if you go and watch it this week, it's actually 55% off.
Coward.
Fine, I recommend Mockingjay Part 2.
No, you don't. I know you don't. I'm gonna recommend What We Do in the
Listen to
Shadows.
my rankings.
Yeah,
It's
I
my
did.
third favorite one.
Out of 5.
Yeah, but I like him more than the first one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I blacked out. I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I say it goes Catching Fire, Ballad of Songbirds
Ballad of Songbirds.
2.
Wow.
It's a hot take.
Wow.
I really like Part 2.
Wow. All right. I'll go What We Do in the Shadows, the FX show. Started watching it with my dad. He blew past me. He's been very much enjoying it. And it's very funny to me as well. I want to watch the movie too, the Taika movie. But
Yeah.
I've been watching the show. It's very funny. It's very, very funny. I do have to get ad-free Hulu though, because it's driving me insane. It's the worst. But Hulu is such a great one. They have so much stuff to watch. Those ads are so goddamn bad. They're so annoying.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, yeah, you wouldn't know. Coward.
Coward. Yeah, is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I think this is just a good movie. See, I switched it up. You just say no and then talk. I said yeah that time.
I believed you.
Um, music was good, surprisingly good. Because when she started singing, when she got chosen, I was like, oh, this is gonna be so cringy. But then I kept going. I was like, oh, this is pretty. I'm bopping,
It was a good
bopping
song. Like
my
it was
head.
actually about like you
Yeah.
can't take my life.
hmm What else? Yeah, just good movie. Good movie with a mediocre ending. Just big fall off, but still very much worth the watch if you're at all a fan of the first four movies or just the world as a whole. Definitely worth it.
And once they leave the capital and they're in District 12, the cinematography is very
Oh, it's
nice.
great. Yeah.
Very nice. The woods looked really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, the whole aesthetic of the movie, how they have like the retro kind of look to everything.
it's got like that gold look in the capital.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Definitely want to see more from this world.
Yeah, very, very much excited. And yeah, that is everything we have to say about Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Thank you all for tuning in and checking out this week's episode. Next week, we'll be back to review maybe Saltburn, maybe Thanksgiving. I don't know yet. There's a lot of things we could be
I'll see
reviewing.
both of them.
I'll see, but do a double feature.
Yeah,
That'd be a really weird double feature.
dude, I need a job. Spend a lot of money on movies. Worth it.
We just need to get AMC or Regal to just give us like a full contract or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, thank you guys
Regal.
for tuning in.
Yeah.
This Regal.
Definitely.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in and make sure to check out the show and make sure to follow us on Spotify, Instagram, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, anywhere else you can find podcast. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's all I really got to say.
Yeah.
See you guys
I'm
next
good
week.
too. See ya.